Hey everyone, Julie here, and today we're making gift tags. I made these last year and they were a big hit for my family holiday Christmas party. Now, what you need to make gift tags, first you need a thicker type of printer paper to print these out on. The white regular office paper just doesn't look good. I like a matte finish to mine, so I chose this Canon matte letter size paper. And what I plan to do is to print these out and then cut them out with scissors myself. Also, I purchased clip art from designbundles.net. They have a lot of really cheap, good quality clip art. I got this Christmas bundle for $1 last December when they were having one of their famous $1 sales. I'll link in the video notes to Design Bundles. Even if you can't find this particular set of clip art, you'll find something that's relatively inexpensive. Now, if you are using and planning on making these gift tags for commercial use, you really do need to read the license terms of whatever you're buying to make sure that you are using it appropriately. There's a big difference between using for your personal use and using to sell online. So just a tip, make sure that you read the terms of the license, and you'll find that for design bundles in the footer here under licenses, or you can always email their support team. The last thing that you need is a canva.com account. You can use a free account, and this online graphic design tool is super popular and just very easy to use, frankly. I love it. I have the pro plan because I like to upload my own fonts, and I will buy fonts on websites such as Design Bundles that I think make my work look a little bit better and more premium, and I love that Canva Pro allows you to use that for only $10 per month. It's up to you though. You can use the fonts that Canva has. Again, making sure that whatever font you choose, if you plan to resell it, it's okay for commercial use in an end product for resale. If it's for personal use, this is not something that you need to worry about as much. Okay, so when you go in Canva, you click Create a Design, and this pops up. I'm choosing US letter size document because that's the paper size that I'm going to use. And first thing is I'm going to upload the clip art that I bought. So on the left nav, click upload, upload an image, and I'm going to navigate to where I have this clip art saved. I like to upload PNG files because they don't have a white background. If I chose to use any other colored background, I don't want that white border around the pieces of art that I'm using. Most of the time when you're downloading from a website such as Design Bundles, they'll give you both the PNG and the JPEG, but make sure that you know what you're getting when you download. I also like to buy these paper designs that you'll see here because I think it makes backgrounds look cooler. I already uploaded them, so I'm not going to click open again, but that's what you would do. Okay, so first I'm going to make the gift tag shape itself. So under elements on the left nav, I'm going to click grids under see all and select this first grid. I like my gift tags to be 2 inches wide. And I'll make it like this. I'll make it 3 inches for now. Okay, so this is 2 by 3. Then I need to make the hat. You can make rectangle gift tags, but I like when they have a little top hat to them. So I'm clicking elements to go back and then clicking frames and selecting the diamond looking frame. And then I'm going to make it 2 inches wide and then drag it here. Now in Canva, sometimes you have to really zoom in, which I'm clicking in the bottom right here, to make sure that you have everything all aligned right. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to cut this out with scissors, but I just like to make sure I have it set. Yeah, because this, I didn't have it exactly at 2. This is a little bit better. Okay, so now that's perfectly aligned. I'm going to go back to 100. I'm actually going to move this to back. So click, position, backward. And I'm going to go back to my uploaded clip art and select the chalkboard background that I've purchased. And I'm going to drag and drop. This is why I used grids and frames versus a shape, because you can easily drag and drop to change the background, which is really cool for gift tags. And I love that. Now I can go back clicking the back button. One thing about combining 2 shapes, you can see that the snowflakes are different sizes. So I'm just going to double click this top one here, and I'm going to drag the underlying image till it's about the same size as the one that's underneath it. And double click it again and make it a little bit bigger. Okay. But I want it to be chalkboard because that seems to be trendy right now. And I'm not too worried if the line is there. When it prints, it will blend in and it still looks nice. Okay, so next thing, I'm going to add this little splash of color that I want. I'm going to X out, I'm in Elements, I'm going to X out of Frames here and go back to Grids. And I'm going to make a little border at the bottom of this. Now, I'm going to click it, position, bring forward, and drag it. You can see the little pink smart guides pop up, so I know exactly what size to make it. And then I'm going to go back to Uploads and choose one of my colored papers and drag and drop. Great. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to add my clip art that I purchased. Now, if you just add clip art directly to a frame, it makes it really difficult to layer it. So, and by the way, you can delete using delete on your keyboard or clicking this trash button. What I like to do is to add another grid here, size this down, and then I'm going to put the art there and then size down. And that makes it so much easier. Now I have to bring it forward again. It makes it so much easier to resize it. Now you can, if you like the way that looks there, but I kind of want to make this black and white. I have this vision of what I'm going for. So I'm going to click Filter and then click Street and make it black and white. Okay. Now I'm going to add my text. And before I do that, one thing I should mention, if you are using this for commercial use, just one of the typical terms, and I don't know the terms of what you have decided to use, it's very common that you can't leave the clip art as is. You have to make some modification to it. Some people like to stack clip art on top of each other or change the colors or the look of it. Just make sure that you read the terms of your license if you are making these gift tags to resell online. If you're doing them just for your personal use, this is not something that you have to worry about as much, as long as what you're using is okay for personal use. So I'm clicking text, and I'm in the left nav, clicking add a heading, and I'm going to go to all caps and do Merry Xmas. Under spacing, I am going to make it a little closer to each other, and this just affects the line spacing. This spacing here affects the size between the letters. And then I'm going to click out, I'm going to drag it over here, and then I'm going to click here and change it to be a different color. You can select the color in the color wheel if you want. And next thing, I'm going to change the font. So I know that Arlo is a font that I like that Canva offers. I believe it's one of the Google fonts in the Google font library. Again, even though Canva has the fonts here, you need to make sure that the fonts are okay for commercial use if you do plan to resell these online. Okay, the last thing that we need is the little dot. So I clicked Shapes under Elements, and I'm just going to drag down. I'm not too worried about the size of this little dot. I actually don't even have a hole punch. Last year, I used a pen last minute to poke a hole in the gift tags, but even though I didn't have it perfectly centered around the circle, it kind of looked cool with that little white ring around it. And then I used kitchen twine, and I love the way that it came out. So if that happens again, I'll be very happy. Okay, so this is one version of the gift tag. What I want to do is duplicate this for 9 of them on this page. So I'm going to click and hold and drag so I can select this whole thing, and then click Duplicate. And I'm going to try to get 3 across here. Cool. And then I'm going to click out, and then I'm going to click outside the artboard and drag, duplicate, and see if I can fit 3 rows. I'm probably not going to be able to fit 3 rows. I'm going to have to size down, but maybe I can. Okay, there we go. I'm going to click outside the artboard, select all of it, and then I'm going to click the arrow here in the corner, and then I'm just going to try to get it to be the appropriate size here. I like them a little bigger, so I'm not going to try to squish a 4th one in there. All right, cool. Now, next thing I want to do, I don't want them to be all exactly the same, so I'm going to go under my uploads, and I'm going to, you can do a couple things. You can switch out the clip art. You can decide that you want to switch the background out. If you want to change the background, so sometimes it's hard to do that here, but if you can click out and just drag it quickly, you can select filter and just get that to be black and white. I think that looks kind of cool. Another thing that you can do, I'm going to remove the background by clicking it and then clicking trash or clicking delete. I'm going to change the font on this. So I mentioned that I have, and sometimes you have to click twice to delete the grid and the image on top of it. I mentioned that I have Canva Pro, and that allows me to upload my own fonts. So let's go with a font that I've uploaded. I have Medina Clean, which is one that I've used. It does not look good in all caps, so I'll rewrite this. I'll say merry and bright. Scripted fonts seem to be kind of big right now. And then I'm going to tilt it a little bit. White space is your friend. Okay, and then I'm going to delete this one, and then I'm going to duplicate that. So I have some that are scripted. Maybe I'll make this one right aligned. Make it a little smaller. You can also duplicate here. Maybe I'll do a little forest of trees. I love how Canva offers those smart guides. All right, so here's how you can easily make gift tags. As you can see, this did not take me very long, and you can fiddle around with them yourself. These are really fun for personal use. If you want to resell them online, make sure you look up the terms of everything you're using, as I mentioned. But what I would do next is I would click the download button here and use PDF print. So I'm printing at the highest quality. Typically, when you're printing from Canva using a JPEG or even Canva's PNG, it's not high quality enough to be print out. And when you definitely, when you sell online, you want to be using the high quality print option. Now, you don't necessarily need crop marks and bleed on gift tags, so I wouldn't worry about this right now. But just click download. It will download your design and you can print it out on your printer and have a lot of fun. So good luck.